You're not invisible, but you are volunteering to be unseen. And often it starts with one sentence. All good, I'll handle it. It's 4:42 p.m. Someone drops a quick one on you. You already have a full plate, and you can feel yourself about to say yes, and then you say it anyway. That one line tells the room, I'm covered, I'm okay. So they stop checking on your bandwidth, they stop offering support, and they remember the outcome, not the weight of the work that they've given you. By the end of this video, you'll have 3-step power ask that you can use for support, scope, or next steps. No over-explaining, no pretending you're fine, and I'll give you some pushback replies for when they resist. First, let me show you why I'll handle it costs you more than time. Then let me show you the line between pushy and precise and why it matters. Then I'll give you the power ask, word for word. Now let's be honest. I'll handle it feels safe because it avoids tension. It avoids being judged and it avoids the risk of someone saying, oh. I used to say it and then I would feel my chest tighten because I actually knew what it was about to bring me. Late nights. You might not realize it, but it costs you in 3 ways. Cost 1. It trains the people around you to overload you. Because if you keep absorbing the extra work, you become the default solution. You become the person that everyone tags when something is late. Now, it looks like a quiet fix, but you become the non-visible leader. And that's not where you want to be. Cost 2. It hides the true scope. When you quietly take on extra tasks, the room can't see the real inputs. So on paper, yes, the plan looks fine. Then suddenly you're drowning. And people say, you seem suddenly quite stressed. Well, they can't see what you've been carrying. Cost 3. It blocks any leadership signal. Leaders don't win by doing the most. They win by making trade-offs very clear. They name what matters, what it costs, and what needs to happen next. Here's the part that people miss. When you do the extra work without naming the trade-offs, you hide your leadership. And you put yourself under a pressure because you start looking like the output, not the direction. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, but if I ask, I'll sound pushy. Get it? Because the fear is real. A lot of women that I've worked with, women that I coach, get judged for often being direct, even when the ask is reasonable. But here's the thing. You're not using force. We're using precision. Now, in a minute, I'm going to show you one line between being pushy and precise, right? What that line looks like. Then I'm going to give you the 3-step power ask. And later on, I'm going to give you one sentence that's going to stop the sure, I'll do it reflex before it leaves your mouth. So first, let's discuss pushy versus precise. Pushy tries to get compliance. Precise makes the situation clear. Pushy sounds like this. I really need this from you. I'm struggling because I've got too much on. This keeps happening. Precise sounds like this. Here's what I'm responsible for. Here's what this will take. Here's what I need to deliver it. See the difference? Precision creates visibility without self-promotion, so to speak. Because you're not talking about you and your needs. You're making delivery, risk, and decisions visible. That's all. So here's the power ask. There's 3 steps. Step 1. Context and value. This is 1 to 2 sentences. It explains what you're working on and why it matters. Step 2. A clear ask. 1 request. Be specific. Who, what, and when. Step 3. a shared outcome. Tie it to what they care about. It could be delivery, risk, quality, custom impact, team workload. Make it a win-win. Interestingly, most people actually fail at step 2 because this is where they soften their ask. And so it almost disappears. Have you ever caught yourself saying, well, if you have the time, or no worries if you're not, or I thought I'd just mention? Those lines, they tell the room that what you're saying is optional. So the room is going to treat it as optional. Here's a clean rule for you. If it's optional, say it's optional. If it's needed, say it's needed. I want to hold the loop open for a second because the question of what if they push back comes up, and they're going to push back. So what if they say, we don't have the capacity, or just do it this once? Here's some simple responses that keep you calm and firm without the drama. And actually, before we go into the scripts, I want you to have one mindset shift. You are not asking for permission to exist. You are naming what the work requires. That's leadership. Okay, so onto the script. I want you to tone this note before you use it. Say it like you're reading the weather. Calm, factual, short. So here's the base script. Copy it and say it out loud before you use it. It's also going to be in the description below, so you don't have to press pause and write it down. So the Power Ask base script is this. Quick context. I'm leading project or task, so we hit goal by date. Right now I'm carrying current load, and it's starting to affect risk, speed, or quality. And what I need is one specific ask by time that we can that we can share outcome. Okay, so quick demo. First, the messy version. And this is something that we've all said before. I'm so sorry. I know everyone's busy, but I just wondered if maybe someone could help, if that's okay. Sounds reasonable. Now onto the clean version. Just a quick context check. I'm leading Project X to hit milestone 2 by Friday. What I need is 4 hours of support on admin tasks by tomorrow at noon. That way, we can still hit the deadline without it slipping away. Same need, different signal. So here are 3 common versions you can use. And again, these are going to be in the description, so you can copy and paste. The support ask. Quick context. I'm leading project to deliver outcome by date. To deliver it cleanly, I need support on specific piece. Can we assign name or role for time block so we can hit the deadline without dropping other priority? The scope ask. Quick context. The goal is still outcome by date. With the current scope, we can deliver A and B, but C will push us past capacity. What I need is a decision today. Do we cut C, move the deadline, or add support? The next steps ask. Quick context. I can move this forward today, but I need one decision first. What I need is your call on decision by time. That way, I can execute and we can avoid risk, rework, or delay. Really simple and really powerful. Now the pushback scripts, because, well, yes. If they say, we don't have capacity, you say, I understand. Which priority should I drop then? A or B? Or do we need to add support to protect the deadline? If they say, can you just handle it? You say, I can, if we accept this trade-off. If we don't want that, I need this ask. If they say, why are you bringing this up now? You say, because I've looked at the status and I'm protecting delivery on the project. I'd rather flag this early than miss it later. If they say, I hear you, but we still need it. You say, okay, then I need a call on what moves. Deadline, scope, or support. Notice what you're doing here. You're not arguing. You're not apologizing. You're moving the conversation to trade-offs and decisions. That's how you get seen as the leader in the room, and you actually get action taken. So let's close the loop from the start. The sentence that stops the "sure, I'll do it" reflex is this one. Before I say yes, what does success look like here? What are we deprioritizing to make room as well? Frame it for your specific situation. And when you have that sentence, say it slowly and say it in the room, then stop talking. Because this one line is going to do three things. It's going to buy you time, it's going to force clarity, and it's going to make resourcing a shared problem, not a private burden. I'd like to ground this in a real moment for you, because I learned this the hard way in an early corporate role of mine. I came into that business extremely ambitious and pumped up, and I wanted to be at the top. And I thought to get there, I just needed the opportunity to show it. And I thought that more equals trust, and trust equals opportunity. So I said yes to everything. 6 months in, I was working 8 till 5. I'd come home and I'd open my laptop after dinner for another 2 to 3 hours. My contract said 40 hours or less, and I was doing at least 50 to 60. Now, it started with the small things. It started with can you help finish the presentation? Can you give some technical input? Would you mind taking this to the client or customer? And after saying yes to all those things, it grew to extra projects, extra ownership. I got torn into 5 different priorities in 5 different directions. And the result was absolutely brutal, because the work I was hired to do started slipping. And I started feeling on edge. And I brought it home. I snapped at my partner. I had flare-ups at work as well. And I remember having a quiet moment to myself, quiet reflection of honesty. That came to me was that by me saying yes to everything, was teaching people that I had an unlimited capacity. So therefore, I had to change the way I answered. So instead of saying, sure, I said, before we go any further, what does success look like here? What does good look like? And what are we deprioritizing to make the room? And 2 things happened in that moment. The room got a whole lot clearer faster. And I also stopped being the default fixer and started being part of the decision making. People stopped treating my time like it was free. And they started making trade-offs with me instead of handing me another quick one. And that's where I started to teach the power ask to my colleagues, because it keeps delivery strong and it makes your role clear. Now I want to push this back to you. You do not need to become loud. You do not need to become someone else. You just need a repeatable way so that your delivery stays strong and your role stays clear. You can practice this really quickly today. It'll only take you 2 minutes. Write 1 power ask for each category: support, scope, and next steps. Right? Then pick 1 conversation this week and use 1 script. Not all 3, just 1. If your voice shakes, keep going. It means you're on the edge of a changing habit. Clarity beats polish. Every time you make that ask cleanly, you teach the room how to work with you. And that's visibility without self-promotion. You use the power ask once this week. 1 conversation, 1 request, 1 shared outcome. I'd then love you to comment below with 1 word: support, scope, or steps. And if you add 1 detail, say deadline, person, or project, I'll reply with a tightened version you can use. If this was helpful, please subscribe for more practical workplace scripts and tools that you can help you get seen as the leader without the cringe. It's your time to rise.